Okay, we are going to make a test today. So start in your planner, and if you already have the plan set that you want to make the test for, you're just going to click on activity here, and in the activity you're going to create a test, and I'm going to use a leveled reader from second grade called A New Home for Henry, so that's what I'm going to title my test. And I'm going to make this a vocabulary test. So using context clues, and I'm not going to have a deadline, but I probably would put it for that day or the week that I was assigning this for, and that's how you would change this. And if you're doing standards-based report cards, you could do a standard score, or that can help you to keep track of those elements for your report cards. Mandatory, yes, I want all my students to do it. And I don't want to activate it yet because I want to add questions. So click save. And we're going to add questions. And today we're going to do fill in the blank question. So this might be for context clues, like I mentioned earlier. This introduction text, the student will see at the top of the test. So you might say select, or they're not even going to select, type in the correct vocabulary word from your leveled reader based on the context clues in the sentence. The vocabulary words to choose from are, decide, whatever the vocabulary words are, and you can find those in the leveled reader table of contents right here at the top. You can find all those terms that you're going to want to make the test over. So down below is where you're going to enter the text for which you want to add the blank fields. So if this is my student's first experience in here, which it probably is since this is Unit 1, Week 3, I want them to have success. So I'm going to pick the sentence directly from the leveled reader. And in Chapter 3, I've already found that decide comes right here in this sentence. The next day, Dad and I decide where to build Henry's pen. So I'm going to use that sentence for that term. So the next day, Dad and I decide where to put Henry's pen. Now, I want to take out the vocabulary word because that's the term I want the student to be able to put in based on the context of the sentence. So create the blank there, and there's not an alternative for the blanked words. It is decide, and I'm going to click save. So there's one question, fill in the blank. Now you can add any of the new questions. You can do a multiple choice question next. You can do them all, fill in the blank. You can do match. You could do multiple choice. Lots of options here with these types of tests. For this specific vocabulary and context, I would probably do all fill in the blank. And you can actually do all the questions in the same field here. You don't actually have to make a new question. You could say, the next day, Dad and I decided to put where his pen is, and then a new sentence. The dog was black and white. That's not going to give them anything, but just to show you, you can create a blank there, and now there's the new term. So you could actually take a passage and pull out those vocabulary words so the student can select from one question instead of making it multiple questions to submit. Again, you would need to make sure that you have up here what words they have to choose from, or some document that they can select the words from for context. So when I click save, I'm going to go to test, And now I want to activate it just so we can see what the student sees. And this new home for Henry is in my current date, so it's going to be active. And so when I review the test, this is what the student sees. Type in the correct vocabulary word. I would, of course, probably bold, make the options for the vocabulary words larger. You can do all of that in there. And then decide, black, see what it does when we say complete test. Get 100%. Yay. So when they see this in their course dashboard, here's the activity, a new home for Henry, that they would have to complete. And so if it's not dated in the planner, they don't see it on the dashboard. So if I change this date to, we'll change an old date and go to course dashboard and change show today. I did something there in my planner. Let's see what I did. I don't want today. Stop date, the 16th. Go to the dashboard, and now there's no active plans. So you really want to make sure in your planner that you're keeping your dates accurate so that when the student opens their dashboard, they can see what plans are present for that day, that week, however you've organized your planner. And that's how you make a test.